about you being gone is I can watch the game all day long, and I can stretch my legs out in the bed, extra pillow underneath my head. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. I got a lot more room for my stuff, and I only have to wash one cup. I can stay up late and play my guitar, and the groceries go twice as far. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Your girlfriends ain't ringing the phone off the wall. I never have to hear from that mother-in-law. Ain't cut the grass since the middle of June. I smoke a big cigar up in my living room. Don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Clothes right on the floor. Let the trash pile up right by the door. Eat pizza and ice cream 3 times a day, 'cause I ain't worried about watching my weight. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Yeah, man, just think about all the good things about you being gone. Stretch out here at home. Hey, man, come on in. Don't mind the muddy shoes on the white carpet. She ain't here. You hungry? Hey, man, I got some food if you want to eat. I got a microwave oven with little pictures on the front of it. Just pick what you want to eat and push the button, and it will cook it for you. Yeah, man, you can smoke that cigar up here in the kitchen. Just use that vase over there. Need something to drink? We got beer, bourbon, whiskey, scotch, Diet Coke, Fanta. Yeah, man, I bet you've been on the road for a minute. Bathroom's right down the hall. Switches on the left, doors on the right. Just remember to leave the lid up. Leave it up. Hey everybody, welcome to Wednesday night Facebook Live right here, keeping it swinging. I'm your host, Brian Nova, and I want to welcome everybody here to our show tonight. Hey, a few little things to take care of first. Right here is our tip jar. Check it out. PayPal.me. And over here, of course, is our YouTube channel subscription. We need everybody to subscribe because we are moving to Facebook, off Facebook and onto YouTube here. Hopefully next week is our target date, so we're just trying to get a few more subscriptions out of it before we make our jump. So please tell everybody you know, subscribe, Brian Nova Music, Brian Nova on YouTube channel. Here's the tune that's called, we used to call it the Sheep Herder's Lament. There will be many other nights like this, and I'll be standing here with someone new. There will be other songs to sing, another fall, another spring, but there will never be another you. There will be many lips that I may kiss, but they won't thrill me like yours used to do. Yes, I may dream a million dreams, but how can they come true if there will never ever be another you? nights like this, and I'll be standing here with someone new. There will be other songs to sing, another fall, another spring, but there will never be another you. There will be other lips that I may kiss, but they won't thrill me like yours used to do. Yes, I may dream a million dreams, but how can they come true if there will never ever be, if there will never ever be, if there will never ever be another you. Another you, one of my favorites. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well out there. It's good to see many of our regulars out there. Hey, Doc, and Dr. Steve's out there. My brother David's out there. Hi, David. And, of course, Aunt Marge and Brother James is out there. And Neil Livonius. Neil, we got to get you back here on the show. We love Neil, one of the great trumpeters on the West Coast, man. Good to hear from you. Yo to you, too. We want to give a big shout out, of course, to all of our friends, the Boysha, and all our friends up at the Vertigo Club up in Seattle, of course, and all of our pals at the Churchill Room. Hope everybody's well. John Connors, good to see you. John, this is what I'm smoking tonight. Yeah, this is maybe we can get this on the. This is our new Stogie Cam, where you can see a really good close up here with good lighting here. That is a 1926 Padron that we are going to be having. Smoking a little bit later. So that's our cigar for the evening, and of course our many sponsors, two of them being Gordon Biersch Brewery, and of course Long Meadow Ranch, way up there in St. Helena, California. And Long Meadow Ranch with some great wines, cabs. What else do we like, honey? We like them all over there. Chardonnays. They all bring us joy. Do we have a picture of those guys we could show them? We have we try to show our sponsors. There we are. Wonderful. Yay, Ted and Laddie. We love them. Mike Plumley. Oh man, good to see you too, brother. Another great trumpet player. Living in the Bend, Oregon area. Lovely Bend, Oregon. I hope things are well up there where you're at. It feels like Bend down here in the desert. It's freezing. I think we had a high of like 50 today, so it's very Bend, Oregon-like down here right now. So.
It's a little tune I wrote years ago called Oda Joe, which was sort of like one of the tunes he used to love to play when we'd be on the road together, which is kind of like a blues with a bridge and other stuff going on there. Anyway, hey, it's snowing up there and might Plumley land up in Bend, Oregon. Well, good. I'm glad. It's supposed to snow in Bend. And our dear friend Marie, good to see and hear from you, Marie. We're just glad everybody could join us today. The shadow of your smile when you have gone will color all my dreams and light the dawn. Look into my eyes, my love, and see all the little joys you are to wistful little star, it was far too high. A teardrop kissed your lips, and so did I. Now when I remember spring, all the joy that love can bring, I will be remembering the shadow of your smile.
all my dreams and light the dawn. Look into my eyes, my love, and see all the little joys you are to me. A wistful little star, it was far too high. A teardrop kissed your lips, and so did I. Now when I remember spring, all the joy that love can bring, I will be remembering the shadow of your smile. Now when I remember spring, all the joy that love can bring, I will be remembering the shadow of your smile. The shadow of your smile. The wonderful Johnny Mandel in the shadow of your smile. Well, hey, I see one of my dearest pals, and definitely one of the smartest men in the room. At least when I'm in the room, he's always the smartest guy in the room. My pal Dan Levitin is here with us. Let's bring Dan in here and have him join the fray. Dan, you there? We're working on it. There he is.
I love that tune.
Dude, me too. How are you?
I'm far from the smartest man in any room I'm in, and least so in this room. But I appreciate,
get out of here.
I appreciate the hyperbole.
What are you up to these days?
Oh, just the usual. Dropping by to check out your music because I needed a fix of some
that's so
high quality jazz.
Yes. Are you, you know what I wanted to ask you a couple questions that I've got you on here. And of course, one of them was, what is the situation with schooling today with COVID going on? And I mean, are you doing a lot of the teaching? Is that occurring at home with like Minerva and some of the schools you're working with?
Yeah. So it's what we would call in French a fustercluck.
Sorry, one more time, Dave.
It's a complete flustercluck.
Yeah, I bet.
Most schools weren't prepared for this. A couple were, University of Arizona and Minerva, which already had, in U of A's case, they had a lot of online classes. And Minerva was founded with the principle that we would not spend our money on fancy gymnasiums and lecture halls. Instead, we would give all that money we saved on infrastructure to help students who otherwise couldn't afford to go to college to come and get a great college education. And we hired the best faculty we could. We stole people from Harvard and Stanford and Berkeley and Cambridge, and
wow.
It was always online teaching, so this was nothing for us. But my friends at the UC system, at Stanford, at Harvard, they're struggling because they realize that the whole way we usually do education outside of music is that it's not participatory. When's the last time you gave a guitar lesson to somebody and you just played for the guy for an hour, or you just talked to him for an hour, or her? You didn't actually interact, right? Nobody learns that way.
No. I totally agree. And and teaching online is nothing like trying to teach in person, that's for sure, I think.
Well, it can be. It can be. So I'm continuing to hold my lab meetings twice a week. I've got 10 people in my research group. It's all interactive. They make presentations. We have a conversation. There's no lectures. And Minerva's continuing to go just like always.
Wonderful, wonderful. Are you writing any new books? Last time we talked about you were doing a new book you were working on.
Well, my last book, Successful Aging,
Yes.
just came out in paperback.
Oh, wonderful. Is that a good thing? That must be a good thing, right?
Well, it's cheaper. I make less money, but it was never about the money. It's about, if people want to pay less for the book, they can. And it's an opportunity for, between the hardback and the paperback, I could update a few things. And so in the meantime...
Oh, go ahead. In the meantime.
So in the meantime, I read an audio version of the book. The paperback came out just 3 weeks ago. And I've been doing a virtual tour. So last week, for example, I did a bookstore event at the Walnut Creek Public Library in association with a bookshop up there. Yeah. But I was here in LA, and I had as my conversational partner, because you were busy, it was Wednesday night, I got Bob Weir instead.
That's not a bad, he's a good substitute for me whenever I'm in a pinch.
Yeah.
I always think Bob Weir, yeah.
Exactly. So we had a great time. Yesterday I did an event with Parthenon Huxley,
wow.
The lead singer, one of the lead singers of ELO Part 2.
Right.
And tomorrow I'm doing something on a book event for Diesel Books in LA with Moira Gunn, the host of NPR's Tech Nation.
Oh, yeah, right.
Moira.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, so in books, like in the record business, when you sell X amount of records in X amount of time, it goes silver, gold, platinum, blah, 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 and then you get the double set. Is it the same thing? Is that does a book have to sell X amount of copies before it can go paperback?
Yes. Generally speaking, yes. But we don't have awards for sales in the book business. There's bestseller lists, of course, but that has less. That doesn't have anything to do with the actual number you sell because it's a ranking, right? So back in the day, when we were paying attention to radio, you could have a hit song if you sold, 40,000 records in a week or two, or depending on the week, it might take 100,000, or you could do it for 5,000. It depended on what the competition was. And
sure.
It was just a ranking.
Interesting, yeah, because I kind of wondered whether books they have to sell enough, or if they're just everything like movies go directly to video. Maybe is that paperback video?
Well, everything's different. So your buddy and mine, I think I can speak for you, one of our favorite people in the universe, Victor Wooten.
Speak for me. Oh yes.
His book just came out.
Oh, wonderful!
It's fantastic. I'm gonna run and get it. You got to see this. Hang on.
We got to see it.
Just in the next room.
All right. Well, he's running there, folks. I should tell you, because I didn't get a chance to really introduce him. It's the great Dan Levitin, one of the top neuroscientists, especially when it comes to the brain, the cognitive brain, and music. And we're talking about Victor Wooten, one of the great bassists on the planet, the spirit of music. Look at that.
This is an amazing book. It's unbelievable. I read it in manuscript form. I'm reading it now to my wife before we go to bed. It came out directly in paperback, and it didn't go through hardback. I don't know what the decision making was, but the advantage of that is anybody who wants it can buy it for $22 instead of having to fork out $30 for hardback. And even less. It's probably half that, 2/3 that on Amazon. Victor is as beautiful a writer as he is a person, and it's poetic, it's insightful. I can't get over the poetry of the language, and it just is so free flowing. I mean, he's one of the best writers I've ever read. Wow. And you ask what it's about. It's about life. It's about the spirit of music with a capital M, but it's more than that. It's about our own spirits.
Interesting. Man, I know. I've heard him talk many times. He is a deep soul, that's for sure.
You should have him on.
I'm going to work on that. Yeah, especially now he's got a book to push. I'm sure maybe he'll come on now. I'm going to nag him. In fact, I'm calling him tomorrow. Hey, speaking of bass players trying to get on here, we've got Terry Miller here in the green room. I'm going to bring him in here, Dan. I know I've only got you for a few minutes here, but
yeah, I know when it's Miller time.
But it's Miller time now, and I want you give Terry a chance to say hi to you.
Hey Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm missing you.
You too, man. You look good. Look good.
Not as good as you.
Man, I'm gonna go buy that book. I want that book now. But I'll buy two and send him one and go, look, dude, you got to sign this. I mean, that guy, holy cow. I heard him speak as well one time, and it was wonderful. It was great. And it was fun, too, because it wasn't like, okay, here's all this stuff about the bass, all this stuff I can do. He didn't talk about that at all. I mean, he just went in, like you said, the spirit of music, the joy of music, the love of music, you know, how that affects every aspect of his life. And, you know, it was great. It was a great.
The three of you have a unique quality in this business we call show, as our friend Buddy would say.
Oh boy.
The three of you, Terry and Brian, you don't play an instrument, you play music. I don't think of Terry as a bass player or Brian as a guitar player. You're a musician. You play music. You know, that's unusual. Most people are playing notes or they're playing their instrument.
Right.
And Victor talks a lot about that in the music, that in fact, he goes a step further. He says he doesn't play music. He allows music to play him.
Nice.
That is what it's all about. It's about letting it come forth instead of trying to
exactly.
And letting go.
push it. Yeah, exactly.
I hear it in his playing when he plays. He's one of the few artists I know that there's no barriers. I never hear him thinking when he plays, you know, because, you know, I get caught up in that sometimes. You know,
we all do.
I'll stutter and I'll stumble and I'm overthinking, and it's like, oh gosh, what do they want to hear? What can I play that'll blow them away? What, you know, what notes haven't I played yet? You know, you start getting in.
Right.
It's a downward spiral. You can't, you know, it's hard to.
It's like you're counting cards and you're thinking, oh, which notes haven't come out of the deck yet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Dan, I was privy to hear your talk about successful aging, and with Weir. No, this was in Orinda at the bookstore.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember there were a couple things that really, really caught my attention, and I was hoping you could comment on. One, well, the main one was about retiring. Because you said something I've been thinking for years, and being a musician, especially in the jazz standards, American songbook world, I've worked with a lot of older, you know, musicians, and they do reach this age, and it's the darndest thing. It's like they retire, and this might sound a little harsh, but if they don't die physically, they die mentally. You know, it's like they just kind of hung it up. Pardon me, I got something in my throat. And you talked about that, and it really caught my attention when you said, like, you know, one of the worst things you can do is retire. Don't stop working. You know, I absolutely love that. And I'm just wondering if you had any, you know, follow-up on that.
Well, the neuroscientific literature on this is clear. People's brains begin to atrophy. They shrink. They physically shrink. Their neurochemical signaling depletes. The stresses of having to work, even if you're not working for money, if you're volunteering, the stresses of having to show up, to be in a room and do something and be responsible to someone other than yourself. That's good stress. Not all stress is bad. That's what keeps the fluid running in the brain. And the converging evidence comes from a lot of older people that we all know, people in their 80s and 90s who are really on fire mentally. And if they retired from something, they tended to retire to something else. They might be serving on boards, working with nonprofits, philanthropy, or they might not have retired. Obviously, if you're working in a coal mine or you're in a dangerous profession, you should retire from that. But yeah, the evidence is don't give up something that takes up that pushes you to be a better person.
Yeah. Anyway,
Speaking of a better person, I want to bring another person in to join us here real fast. We have Dr. Aaron Lington also joining us here in the fray here. Aaron, are you still there?
Hi, Aaron.
There he is. We just can't hear you, Aaron. You got to turn on your microphone or something. Yep. Anyway, Dan, you still there?
I'm still here, but I have to run to a lab meeting.
All right.
All
It should be working now.
We got you now, Aaron.
Yep.
Dan,
Hey, Dan,
thanks you
good to
so
see you,
much
man.
for joining us here tonight.
Great to see you, Aaron. I can't stick around, but I'm really glad to see you, and I've been enjoying hearing you play on the internet.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed the very beginning of your conversation here with Terry and Brian, but I was especially interested to hear the last part about not working to keep yourself mentally, what's the word I'm looking for? Apparently I'm not working enough because I can't think of the word to keep yourself mentally sharp and just keep working all the time. That happened to my father-in-law. He retired. 6 months later, he went back to work. He couldn't do it, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Well, this is one too many saxophone players in the room, so I'm going to say goodbye for now and get on to my research team.
All right, thanks, man.
It's great to see you, Dan.
Great to see you.
Terry, Brian, how you guys doing, man?
We're good. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. We had our very first day of the semester for San Jose State today. Met a bunch of my students, had some classes. Things are good. Some of the people watching the show, if they see some of my Facebook posts, if they're friends, I've been recording all these Bach chorales, all on baritone saxophone, all 4 parts, like all stacked up super high. And I've got an upcoming thing with Jim Pugh regarding these chorales, and so I've been trying to power through some more of them. I'm going to get about probably 24, 25 of them done. Anyway, I did another one today. I just finished it about 15 or 20 minutes ago, and then I saw your email, Brian, and I jumped on the call, man. Join you guys.
We appreciate it. We're just kind of shooting it up. We were actually talking to Dan earlier about education, and maybe we'd love to hear your take on it as well. About one of the biggest things I think we're facing right now is how do we get the kids back in school? How do we get them back in the classroom?
Yeah.
And how are things being dealt with at San Jose State?
Well, I think there's sort of two parts to that. There's the sort of K through 12 part of it, which the challenges are logarithmically worse or more challenging the younger the kids get. Like these kindergartners and first graders doing online school all day. I mean, I don't even know how the teachers are doing it. At the university level, it's a different kind of dynamic in regards to the challenges. I mean, there's some things that can be done pretty well. A lot of it can't be done at all, really, especially from the standpoint of people majoring in music or really any creative art, dance, design, on and on and on. All these sort of like really practical, applied, you got to get your hands dirty and do it to learn how to do it. It's real hard to replicate that online, that experience. How do you replicate learning to play your instrument in an ensemble when you can't be in an ensemble? Sitting next to people and blending and playing in tune and reacting, you can't really do that online. You can learn some things online. I'm not going to say you can't, But man, there's just certain things that you really can't replace virtually, you know.
Right.
And so, I mean, all I keep telling the students, and I know that they know this, and we all know this, that this is a temporary situation we find ourselves in. There's no pandemic has lasted forever so far. So, you know, it hopefully it'll just last. It'll resolve itself sooner rather than later, and we can get back to doing the stuff that we love to do. Which, you know, there's a lot of cool things you can do online and with music, and you can create these videos and you can do all this stuff, and it's fun. It's fun to do that. But real music making is sharing it with people in real time, fellow musicians, and an audience. And the synergy between all of those things happening is that's what makes music magical. That's what makes it part of the human experience. And we got to get that back, man. I miss it. I know my students miss it. And I know even non-musicians miss it a lot too. People who love going to concerts, they miss that stuff, man. So we got to get these vaccines out, and we got to get, hopefully, people not afraid of getting back around groups of people again, you know?
Yeah, that's the key. That is the key.
Wow. Are you doing any live teaching, ensemble teaching?
We are. We did live teaching all last fall. I'm not sure about other campuses in the CSU, but I know that at least on our campus, our provost wanted us to delay. We're still going to do in-person rehearsals, ensembles this semester, but our provost wanted us to wait until after Valentine's Day because of the current ICU bed situation in Santa Clara County, mixed with the some of these new strains of the virus that are out that appear to be a little more contagious. You know, they're erring on the side of caution. There's, of course, a lot of liability with getting people around each other. Although we're being very safe. We're rehearsing outdoors. We're spaced 8 feet apart, everybody. There's masks. There's the whole thing. And we didn't have any health issues all last semester. So we're chomping at the bit to get going again. And if the provost is true to his word, we'll be able to do that right after Valentine's Day.
Wow, that's
great.
fantastic.
That's great news.
Yeah.
That's great news. Man,
Yeah.
when will the tracks be done? Your Bach etudes. When?
Well, I'm hoping to have all of them done. What is this? January 27th. I'm hoping to have them actually all done by Valentine's Day. There's going to be about 40 minutes or so of chorale. All these chorales are like 90 seconds long. They're not real long,
Sure.
right? So there's going to be about 40 minutes worth or so, 35 minutes maybe. And anyway, but I'm working with Jim Pugh on a little project with these things, and I'm looking forward to see what he has in mind. He's a very clever and industrious individual, and
yes, he is. With his nonprofit, they help fund a lot of music projects. That's what this is going to be through, Terry. Actually, yeah. It's very
Little Village Foundation.
He'll take chances. That's right. You know, this is interesting. One of my favorite albums, Christmas albums. I think it's called the Great Guitarists, or the Four LA Guitarists, and it's 4 guys on guitar, and they did the entire Cracker suite, and it's absolutely wonderful. And it's one of the very few times I've ever heard anyone take something, you know, like you're doing or like they did, you know, and do it all on one instrument. And it sounds wonderful. I can't wait to hear this. I bet it sounds fantastic.
Thank you, man. I mean, to me, the really cool things, I'm sure you guys are familiar with some Bach chorales, or maybe you've played some, but the thing that I love about them so much, well, there's a number of things, and this is where I'm going to geek out a little bit from a music standpoint. I hope no one minds, but they're written in a really traditional contrapuntal way, which of course means that all 4 voices are really, really independent of each other. So there's truly 4 melodies. There's 4 melodies going on all the entire time. They are all Bach. These are not Bach's melodies. He would take melodies that were older, and these melodies that have been around for a long time, and he would harmonize them. Basically, he would set them, but they're just these great, beautiful melodies. And the super cool thing about most of these melodies is that they're really diatonic, but then the way Bach would set them is that these chord progressions are just phenomenal, man. I mean, just all these curveballs and these unexpected twists and turns of the harmony. Anyway, man, as a musician, every time I listen to these chorales or play them, I always feel like I'm being let in on some kind of secret, some musical secret. And it's like, and I don't totally, I'm never told the entirety of the secret, but I'm only told part of it. I don't know. It's kind of weird and out there, but that's how I feel about it. These things are so cool, man. They're just, anyway, they I love them. I love them, and it's been a great project for me since everything shut down. It was a great way for me to keep myself occupied and learn my Logic, my digital audio workstation, a little better, and learn Final Cut Pro for video editing. And I've killed a few birds with the one stone. And anyway, in general, it's been a really good project, and I'm still having fun doing it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a mouthful, I know. Sorry.
No, it's great to hear, Aaron. It's great to hear. Makes me wish I had started doing something like that, but I know exactly what you feel. I'm a huge Bach fan myself, so.
Oh yeah, man, one of the masters.
Well, Brian, you did, man. You started your own TV show.
Yeah. Let's not look past that.
Yeah, right.
Man,
Watch the puppet. Watch the puppet.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Hey, speaking of TV shows, I got a video to show here. This is because we are contractually required to show some music every 15 minutes or something like that.
Oh.
So from all the things we have to pick from, we're going to choose a wonderful little duet with Terry and I here playing a.
Oh wait, wrong way.
Yeah, there you go.
I know. Yeah.
You'll get used to this. You'll get used to the digital world. I have no idea what song it is, but I think it's. We'll find out. This is Terry and I doing a duet. I think it's. I Wish You Love.
Oh,
check it out.
Nice.
Boys, 3, 4. All right, Terry, you ready?
I am ready, sir.
Goodbye. No use leading with our chins. This is where our story ends. Never lovers, ever friends. Goodbye. Let us call it a day. But before you walk away, I sincerely want to say, I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing, and then a kiss. But more than this, I wish you love. And in July, a lemonade to cool you in some leafy glade. I wish you health and more than wealth. I wish you love. My breaking heart, and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. I wish you shelter from the cold, a cozy fire to keep you warm. But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love.
wish you shelter from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm. But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love. But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love.
Abby.
Terry Miller.
What a
Ta-da.
great tune that is, man.
Isn't that a wonderful
great
song?
Great song.
But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Buddy Love wrote that when he was 6.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. 5.5, maybe.
6 years old for Sammy or Frankie.
Yeah,
At least that's what he tells everybody.
That's what he tells everyone. I love it. I love it. Man,
Yeah,
oh
dude.
man, oh man. Well, guys, you know, it's amazing how time flies here. I want to say hi to all our pals that have been watching this. Aaron Wansley, good to hear from you, Aaron. And
It's a good name.
Paul Kramer, yeah, exactly. And who else do we have out there? We have all sorts of folks. Anyway, we want to thank everybody for checking us out and checking out the show. Aaron, what you got coming up soon? Anything?
No, man, not just.
When is your Bach stuff going to be out? When can we check you out on Facebook with some of your new Bach chorale?
Well, I have. I mean, they're posted intermittently, but you could go to my YouTube channel. I have a playlist of all the Bach chorales that are on there. If you'd like to check it out, it's just search my name on YouTube. You'll find the channel.
Aaron
other than
on
that,
YouTube.
Yeah, other than that, man, just helping out my 12-year-old, my 9-year-old with online school, teaching at the university, and, washing dishes. That's about it.
I know the feeling. Brother Terry, thanks for joining us tonight, man. I really appreciate you coming out here. And
Absolutely, man. Anytime. Always
we want to thank, of course, Dr. Dan Levitin for joining us as well. The busiest man on the planet, I know. He's probably got 4 more interviews tonight before dinner.
Oh, man.
He'll probably write another book tonight.
Exactly. I'm
At
sure
least
he's writing
one.
one as we speak. Yeah.
I'm sure he is, yeah.
Amazing man.
Yep.
Hey, Jackie and Rena, good to hear you guys. I'm glad you could join us tonight as well. So anyway, from all the way back here in lovely freezing cold Rancho Mirage. It's actually freezing here, guys, if you can't believe it. It's cold.
San Jose checking in here.
That's right. That's right. Have you got snow up there yet, Terry?
Oh, yes, we do. Lots
Do you
of
really?
snow.
No
Oh, yeah.
kidding.
Tahoe, it's a total shutdown, 100-mile-an-hour winds, 7 to 10 feet blizzard, whiteout.
Holy moly.
And it's coming down the hill, and it's all the way down. We're about 1,000 feet away from getting dumped on. So, but it's raining and blowing, man. This is a real storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
So,
safe,
and,
up there, brother. Be safe.
we
up
need
there.
it, man. We need it. So we'll take it.
Well, Terry, the snow level has dropped so much, even here in the South Bay, there's snow up on Mount Hamilton, the observatory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Mount Diablo, same thing. Yeah, it's coming way down fast. So,
Yep.
so yeah, it'll be good. It's good. We
Yep.
need the water.
Very cool. Very cool.
We do need it.
All right,
Good.
you guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian.
Good to see you, Terry.
We'll see you
Brian.
guys soon.
Here.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight to our show. A big shout out, of course, to the lovely Masoni for doing such a wonderful job keeping our show together. I don't know where little Ellington the Wonder Dog is. He might be on strike actually. Ellington, you around here? No, he's probably getting his own show ready as we speak. And anyway, we want you guys to stay safe out there, stay cool out there, and remember when things get you down and things get a little rough out there to keep it swinging.